Hey, welcome to the ZBN. I'm Todd, and this is my other counterpart of Jodd, Josh.
Hello.
He's the other host of the show. With us today, we got Spigel.
How's it going? AKA Spod?
Or Spot or Shot, I don't know
whatever
anymore.
works for
Jodd.
And we got Xiaber here, also known as Zodd, or Nosferatu Zodd.
Yes, that is me.
you. General Zod from
For all you
Superman.
Berserk fans out there.
There's a lot
Wink.
of Zodds.
Wink.
In this podcast, we're going to be doing a little bit of a 2017 preview, you know? It's going to be cool.
Because
We're
we're
17.
psychic.
Gonna be a good year.
We are
Probably
going
better
to
than
grab
2016.
2017 by the unmentionables and deliver it right to you.
I think 2017 is going to be a great year for gaming. It might be the golden year. But yeah, let's, I guess, start with the first topic we have on here, which is starting with Nintendo, because that's a big topic right now, is can Nintendo recapture a mass audience with the Switch? What do you guys think?
I say yes. Mostly because they have a really great lineup of games, and they have Splatoon, Smash Bros. Well, I mean, Smash Bros. Is still rumor-like, but
Oh yeah, well,
it's pretty much
Yeah.
given.
yeah.
And that's
I mean,
all I need.
Splatoon's pretty much a rumor at that point too, but with the art and everything, I don't think they would do a major update on the first one.
I
Yeah.
mean, Splatoon as a sequel is still a rumor, but Splatoon
Yeah,
is going
they're
to
gonna
be on
revive it
Switch.
somehow. It's gonna come back.
The same
Yeah.
kind of goes for the new Mario Kart that they showed off as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
'Cause
that.
it looked just like Mario Kart 8, but it had different stuff in it, so...
Who,
So yeah,
who
they're
doesn't
showing
approve-
off the heavy games.
Who doesn't approve of the Switch right now? Like, everything I read about this thing is just, oh, this is going to be a really cool return to form for Nintendo. And return to form is like the thing I'm seeing the most. It's surprising to me that Nintendo can come out and basically lay 2 eggs in the hardcore gaming department in a row over the course of like 10 years in the form of the Wii and the Wii U, and to a lesser extent the DS and the 3DS, and then just come roaring back with this incredible marketing campaign for this thing. And I'm really excited to see where they go with it. I'm really excited for the reveal next month. Of course, we here at the ZBN will have coverage of that. And you
Yeah.
can tune in and watch it.
I think there are a couple of people that are all like, "What if I don't want a mobile console?"
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
I'm
but
all like, well,
you're going to get
don't
those people with
take it
everything that anyone ever releases ever. There's always going to be people who are negative for no reason at all. Where
Yeah.
what it is the Switch is just kind of what the Wii U should have been, and it's going to have games like out the gate. We've already seen a bunch of evidence to suggest that there's going to be games on this thing immediately. No waiting.
That's what I love about what Nintendo does is that, like, I didn't know what they could do to improve the Wii U. Like, I know that the software wasn't, or the hardware wasn't that strong, or, you know, their management of the third parties and all that were terrible. But, like, it was like what they did with the 3DS. I'm like, well, I guess they could improve the 3D, and then they improved it, like, vastly, and then this one's going to be mobile console gaming, which we haven't heard of before.
Except the Vita.
Yeah, debatably
But that's
the
still
Vita.
mobile.
We all know how well that worked out.
In the US, anyway.
Is that that's like the same console games, isn't it? Or did they have their own separate ports
Well,
for
they had
it?
plenty of games on Vita that were like unique to the Vita that weren't just like PS4 ports. There
Yeah,
was like
just
it had
in
its own
Japan.
Uncharted game.
Yeah,
which is
but that's at that point that's just a mobile game. I mean, like console games itself, though.
Yeah, the difference here is that Nintendo actually cares about all of its consoles, at least during their lifetimes.
Except the Wii Mini.
PlayStation just
The
kind
Wii
of
Mini.
crapped on
we can
Vita.
talk about how Sony drops everything like a hot potato in a minute if you want, because I see PlayStation
yeah.
VR is on this list of things to talk about.
Yeah, that's the next topic list, which will be the state of the consoles.
I got a lot to say on the PlayStation VR, so stay tuned. That's what we call a tease in show business. So stay tuned for
We're
that.
gonna be talking about it in like a minute.
After this break.
I don't know what console we want to start with because yeah, we had on this list to talk about the state of the current consoles.
I mean, we could just go in order that they're on here.
All right. Well, I haven't used the PS4, so whoever wants to talk about that.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's probably one of my favorite consoles currently. Bloodborne's on it, Uncharted 4 is on it, and I'm currently playing Battlefield 1 on it right now, and that's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a really good system. I like the share function. Like, you can just record stuff, like, on the fly. you don't need to set up any equipment or anything, which is really convenient. I don't know if the Xbox One has any equivalent to that, if anyone could speak up for that.
I still can't figure out how to start a game on the Xbox One, so I can't.
I feel like it has some streaming thing. I think I've heard about that, but all I know is that streaming on the PC is a pain to set up. So that's really cool that they have.
For the PS4, I was streaming Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and it was super easy. You just put the Twitch account in, put in a couple of more information, and there you go.
Yeah, your social security number.
And the stream looked pretty good, too. Like, it wasn't laggy or anything. It was pretty consistent.
Well, it's as laggy as a regular stream.
Well, yeah.
I mean...
To speak on the quality of the PS4 for a minute, like it's no secret that I've been hypercritical of this generation, like going into this year, and this year kind of did little to change my mind. But I will say that I feel like the PS4, in addition to now outselling the Xbox One worldwide on a fairly consistent basis, is starting to build up a really nice library of like games you can only get on PS4. And there's not like a lot of them, but games like Bloodborne, Until Dawn, you're going to get The Last of Us 2, you're going to get, Uncharted, you have Uncharted 4, you're going to get God of War, games like that. It's starting to really build up a nice library of like good quality AAA exclusives. And that library seems to kind of already be tapped out on Xbox One, where you had a disappointing Gears of War 4, a disappointing Halo, and like racing games, and then a Tomb Raider that nobody bought and is now coming out, or is already out, I think, on PS4. So I think if you want to compare them to each other, I think the PS4 is in much better position, as it has been for quite a while, to succeed into the future, whereas I feel like the Xbox One is a much more interesting topic.
What happened to Gears? Because like everyone was really hyped about the new Gears game, and then all of a sudden, like all news about it completely dropped off the face of the earth. At least from where I'm standing, I don't know.
Did it already come out?
Yeah,
Gears came out in October, and it got good. It got like good reviews, but it doesn't look like it's capturing the magic that the first couple Gears games did, or arguably just the first Gears.
Is this another one of those games where the main character has become a father and he's like with some stupid son or something?
Yeah,
like
there's
the
a
new God
stupid
of War
son.
game.
There's a stupid father.
Yeah, I don't like that trope.
Marcus
I already
and
get
JD
tired
Phoenix
of it.
wrecking the world together.
They announced 2 games this year for like, he's now a father. I'm like, I lost interest. I'm at that age where all my friends are becoming fathers, and I don't want to hear about it anymore.
It's like he is now a child again.
Oh man, that would be a weird one. Why don't they do that? Like,
Benjamin Button of War.
So speaking of Xbox versus PS4, I actually have a story. Like this whole entire year, my cousin kept telling me, he's like 13 or 14, and he kept telling me how he really wanted Xbox One. I'm all like, dude, why? Get a PS4. It's so much better.
Or a PC.
So then...
Because you can literally play all the Xbox One games on PC.
So his mom...
Exactly.
His mom ended up getting an Xbox One for him during Black Friday sales, and she was calling me for help and stuff. She first called me saying, like, what bundle should she get? Because it was either Minecraft or Battlefield 1. I'm all like, don't get Minecraft. He has it on the PC. Don't get on console. And she's all like, well, Battlefield is a Rated M game. I don't want to get any Rated M games.
See, this is
Well,
the
then don't get
typical
the
like
bundle.
American consumer stupidity that like leads the Xbox One to be the leader in the market for like 4 straight months this year, because people just don't understand that you can get the same experience on a PC, and you
can even play with the controller on a PC.
Yep.
That's how close it is.
So basically,
gets
Microsoft
better,
has
though.
done an incredible job of marketing basically what is now a brick if you have a decent gaming PC. I don't understand it. They keep selling these things, and it just blows my mind. Every time the Xbox One outsells the 3DS, I'm shocked. Like, I'm literally floored. I can't believe it. Every single time.
It's only because of the legacy of the 360. Like, that's the only reason that the Xbox One is surviving right now. Because everyone had a 360.
Yeah, speaking of like, not speaking of, but it just reminded me of how the Wii and the Wii U had terrible names, and how they, for some reason, because I guess the number's higher, I think that the Xbox 360 is better than the Xbox One in my head when I hear them, where I'm like, oh, that one 360 must have came after one. This must be 359 better.
What's better, the Xbox or the Xbox One?
You know what always drove me crazy when I worked at GameStop was when I would, someone would call me up and they'd be like, hey, I need an Xbox controller. Do you sell Xbox controllers? And I was like, yeah. So then they would come in and they'd be like, okay, give me the Xbox controller. So I'd be like, okay, 360 or Xbox One, and they say Xbox One. So I bring out the Xbox One controller, and they're like, that's not an Xbox controller. They were talking about the original Xbox controller.
Oh, with the big ol' X.
Yeah, so lessons learned basically by working in a retail environment. Never assume that your customer knows what they're talking about. Always assume that they have no idea.
I want a PlayStation controller. Wait, what are these analog sticks for?
Do they even know what an analog stick is? I mean, you know.
Probably not.
Yeah.
They'd probably call the D-pad an analog stick at that point.
Can we talk about how sucky the D-pad is on the Joy-Cons on the Nintendo Switch? I'm really unhappy with that D-pad.
Plus sign?
No. There's like a D-pad. It's like a.
Oh man, I was stuck with the minus sign.
I only get 2
This little tiny plus. How are you
Sorry.
supposed to use it as a D-pad?
That was like a big
That was
thing
a
when that
rumor.
first started off. That was funny. No, but they're like C buttons on the Nintendo 64 controller. It's like they've made the D-pad such a big part of their branding over the last couple of years that it's just like, what are they doing? I don't get it.
Well, they have to do
yeah.
it because when you're using that one as a controller, like turning it sideways, you have to use the buttons. You can't just press the directions on it because it has to match up with the other one.
Maybe you're supposed to use it like motion control where you move it up and down or left and
Oh
right.
god. That just had Katamari flashbacks of trying to jump.
Why won't it jump?
Alright, and moving on from... Oh, did we want to talk about the next console, right? The
The
Xbox One?
Well, we kind
I
of
think we already
We
did.
kind of brushed over it a little bit.
I found out that like 95% of the games are rated M, so I don't even know what my cousin's gonna play.
How old is your cousin?
He's in high school, so he should be able to play some rated M
I mean,
games. But
isn't the rare rewind thing on there?
Rare Replay has games that are rated M on it too. Perfect Dark, Conquer. Great games too.
like, all I know is I went through GameStop's entire Xbox One game list to see what non-rated M games were because my other aunt called me asking what game to get for him.
Can I say this about the Xbox One's game library? I feel like the lack of diversity is really hurting it at this point. Every time I had someone come into the store, they'd always ask me, like, what are some good unique games that I can get on Xbox One? I don't feel like you get any unique experiences on Xbox One. Like, Recore is like the most unique thing that came out on it this year.
Wait, is Recore already out?
Yes. Are you
All
just
these
not even paying
games.
attention?
No, not at all.
Hold on. I'm recording.
We're keeping that in.
Okay.
Xiber getting saucy.
Well, there's gonna be sauce later on the pizza, apparently.
Would you get pizza without sauce?
Who does that?
No?
Alright, and next on the list was the PSVR. Was this the virtual reality one?
Yeah, that's also out, Josh.
I do know that. I know that it's out.
I am really disappointed Taco Bell didn't get me one.
Oh yeah, that was
It's
a
so
fun
hard.
competition.
So the idea of this is that we're supposed to be talking about like where this thing is going to be in 2017 and like how it's gonna exist and like what the state of it is. I don't know anything about what the PSVR is going to be in 2017. The only game that I know of that's coming out next year for PSVR is your favorite, Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Josh, how much you still
which
like
That was the
apparently-
best game of E3, guys. Come
Best.
Apparently, people are really excited about this game.
Wait, what about Final Fantasy 15? Will that VR stuff be out?
That doesn't really count because it's like on PS4. Like I'm talking about like VR. Like you need the VR.
You know what's
Okay.
really funny about the PSVR is it's funny that you mentioned the Taco Bell commercial because that's the only reason why I know it exists. There was like a time traveler that was like, dude, you'll win this and then everybody's gonna be so immersed in the VR. And I'm not against VR, it's just the PR for this. PR for the VR, as it were.
Whoa.
It's funny because they did the same exact thing for the Pokemon Go and that didn't happen either.
Well, Pokemon Go is still being played like frequently. It's still like it's like number 5 on the App Store like 6 months later. PSVR came out and it disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah, like I said, I saw
Like
the one
who's
commercial.
talking about this thing 2 months later? Who? Like
See-
a bunch of people bought it and I don't know where they all went.
The
It's
thing
like
is,
the marketing for the Wii Mini. It's just it disappeared.
I actually saw a Wii Mini. One person had it.
Oh man,
I don't think
It was
we got
actually
any
really
comments
annoying.
on
need to
that.
buy it like right away.
The thing is that
I
the
don't know.
PSVR is probably the best way for these VR game developers to actually get an edge in on the actual like relevant gaming industry, because I think it's the cheapest option right now currently.
Well,
for
actually,
VR. Is that wrong?
Microsoft has a VR headset they came out with, not the augmented reality one. They came out with a VR one that doesn't require the cameras. That one I saw, at least when I saw the
Yeah, I
article,
heard
came
about
out
that.
after and was the cheapest VR.
Oh, okay.
What about the Samsung one, or does that not count?
I don't know. It's sort of like, isn't that phone company stuff or something?
Josh does make a really good point though, because you said that like that's like the best way for developers to get their games out into the hands of the public, and I agree with you. The only issue is if the PSVR only sells 2 million or 2.5 million units, whatever it's projected by the end of this year, then there's not going to be that many developers like trying to get their games out anyway, because there's just, that's not a huge market. I know 2 million sounds like a lot. It's really not in the grand scheme of things, especially when you're talking about consoles that have very exclusive, like high-end experience type games that are very, it's already kind of a niche market. So like I'm concerned about the long-term health of VR, and I've said this all year during this VR craze, that I just think the timing is not right yet. So
Yeah, it's definitely still in its early stages.
I think the PC is going to be what keeps the VR afloat with the
Yeah.
Vive and the Oculus Rift. Like, my girlfriend has the Vive, and it's actually amazing.
She could afford the Vive.
Wow.
Somehow, yeah.
it's like $700. Well, think of it
And
this
then-
way: it's a $700 buy-in. Guess how much a buy-in for a PS4 and a PSVR is? $700.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
it's-
if you already have a PS4,
yeah, you already had the PS4, but you also like already have a PC, like you're set up. And I mean, I get the point you're making, but it's not like $700 compared to $400 is not that much bigger of a financial investment when you look at the big picture.
And also, you're going to find a lot more products and applications and games that you can use on the PC.
How
So I
much?
guess Steam supports it a lot.
Oh yeah, Steam's
yeah.
obsessed with VR right now.
V-
They have
Valve-
like
Valve is
they have a
really
whole UI
driving
set up for it even.
Uh-huh.
and like all
How
of
much was-
their games they're working on are like geared towards VR. Like I guarantee that Left 4 Dead 3 and whenever Half-Life 3 happens, like they're going to be like really heavily
man.
driving that VR element.
This just in: Josh predicts Half-Life 3 to come out in 2017 with VR elements.
No.
That is 2 bold predictions from you now on this show. Should we start keeping track?
Oh, man.
Half-Life VR.
We're gonna get so much flack on our show, Josh. Rush the 4. Oh
If
no.
anybody- yeah.
Oh, plug. Oh no.
Plug. So I just was doing a minor research thing, and the Microsoft VR beats the PlayStation VR by $99.
Oh wow.
Still the cheapest one. But
Oh,
not
I was just
not by much.
I was just reminded that they showed that Nintendo has a patent idea for having the Switch as VR too. Where you
Yeah.
put it up to your head like the Samsung one.
Oh man.
The only
Can you
thing
imagine-
about that, Xiber, is that like that could actually work if you just like shove it into a piece of plastic and then you just like play the games
Oh, yeah.
normally. The Switch almost has VR built into it in a way. It's
That's like
weird.
how all the phones
Yeah.
work.
I think that's exactly how
like-
they're going to do it.
Even the Switch controls can be the things in your
Oh
hands.
yeah,
and
that would
stuff.
be. Oh jeez.
Although
Should we
That'd
go
be
on
cool.
record,
Can someone-
like as a group, as the ZBN, saying that we're confident that Nintendo Switch is going to feature VR if in some
2018.
I'd say so.
2018 does sound like a reasonable time for them to do that, actually.
Yeah. But
yeah,
You
get,
heard it
get
here
like a year out
first
on the
from
market.
Zodd.
I
Yeah, it's a pretty decent wait, and not too late, but not too early.
I personally
Zod
have
has
never
spoken.
understood like how when you get one of those little headset things for putting your phone up to your face, how is it not extremely blurry when you're using those?
I don't know.
Like it's not like right at your nose.
well, yeah, but
it's
like,
like, you
even
know-
like a few inches in front of your face, it would still be kind of blurry.
I think that they set it up so that it doesn't.
It doesn't have a
isn't blurry.
couple of lenses or something in it.
Whoa,
Oh,
hold on,
okay.
guys. Hold on. Something very important just happened. It is okay.
What?
It is 40 degrees outside, and guess who just showed up in my neighborhood?
Santa.
The-
Santa?
No,
Claus.
the ice cream man.
Oh,
He is
dang,
driving
a
around
rain.
Can you get me something?
Yeah, I'll get you all some ice cream. This is freaking stupid. What is he thinking? Okay, let's move on.
Is he playing music? This is also impromptu shooting the breeze, by the way. We have to add that in. I forgot to
Oh
mention.
yeah, shooting the breeze because Chris wanted it to make it known that like that's still the name of this annual end of year podcast that we do here.
Speaking
Yeah.
of which, it's my friend's birthday, so shout out to Waffle. Happy birthday.
Is that
even
really
though it's
your
not
name?
going to be when the video comes out.
What's his house called?
It's a nickname.
Let's go to Waffle's house. All right, I want to get some, some milk, some other things. He doesn't have that. Wait, what?
I also know a cat named Waffle, so it's really great.
I went to Waffle House for the first time this year, and I have to say, I was really. I mean, you can't really be disappointed because I got exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I thought Pancake City was a city. So when my friend said that he went to Pancake City, I'm like, oh man, how far away is that? It's like 2 minutes.
That place sounds amazing.
Wow. And what did you do there?
What is their local
ate.
government like in Pancake City?
I was wondering about their jurisdiction there.
I'd rather have a French Toastville, honestly.
Okay, I'm
right.
hijacking the show. Let's do one more console here.
The next on the list was the 3DS, or new 3DS, I guess.
It's going down.
Ooh, bold
Like
prediction.
Nintendo says that they're gonna try to keep like it going, but I don't think the fans will keep it going. Really, it's already been deteriorating.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I bought-
pretty clear that they're going to take a Game Boy Advance type approach with it, where it's going to exist, and then as soon as the Switch starts selling, they'll drop it like immediately, kind of like they did with the DS. They dropped support for the Game Boy Advance in like 2007, which is 3 years after the DS came out. But the 3DS is already near the end of its life. It's already got games are suffering from their performance on the 3DS. Like it's neutering games now, like Pokemon Sun and Moon and stuff like that.
Although Sun and Moon, it's not. I have an original 3DS, and it's not really affecting my performance all that much. It's just lagging occasionally. But there
like
definitely
clearly
are
those
games
games are
coming
pushing
out.
the limit.
Yes, definitely. It's reaching
like-
the end of its capabilities.
I recognize all that, but people are using the excuse of the Switch being the main reason because it's mobile. But I don't think, honestly, the Switch doesn't look... It's big, let's be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm
But
not
it's
gonna be
an
able to
iPad.
carry
Not
that in my
People take their
pocket.
iPads everywhere.
Yeah, but
Don't worry, I'm a guy. It
I
will
don't
fit in
use
my
Apple.
pocket.
I don't use Apple, and so I don't care about the iPad.
Well, good for you. It's the Samsung whatever. I don't know.
But
The Switch
basically,
actually
I don't...
It reminds me of how, like, when the Wii U first was announced, I'm all like, oh, sweet, I can finally play a game without needing a TV so my parents can watch it. And then by the time I got the Wii U, I was, like, not needing the TV anyway. And it's going to be the same thing for the Switch. I'm all like, oh, I can carry my backpack
Yeah.
and play it everywhere, but I'm out of school now, so I don't need
Yeah,
to
I don't
care.
think I'm gonna honestly bring the Switch around with me that much.
Yeah.
Maybe if I'm like visiting home or something, it'll be easier to pack. But I don't think
It'll
I'm
be-
gonna honestly bring that with me because it's a little pricey, and I don't like bringing around that much money around. You know.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be great to bring to friends' houses, but it's not going to be something that will always be in my backpack with me.
Oh yeah, I hope they come out with some good case for it, kind of thing.
Yeah, like those old
But,
Game Boy little like satchels that they would
Oh yeah.
sell.
See, it
I had
falls
one of
back. It's a round circle, roundabout to what we were talking about. How it's gonna be like the Game Boy.
It's going to be a briefcase. It's gonna
Except,
be all
except I
formal.
guess the DS was going to be like the Game Boy. But it might, but I still don't think they're still going to market the Switch for console games and the DS for mobile games.
Yeah,
So I don't think they're ever going to kill out.
I
their
think they'll
mobile
market
games.
their actual mobile games for mobile games, like on phone.
Oh,
I really
maybe.
do think the dedicated handheld is now something that's going to kind of go to the wayside. Nintendo's been fighting this for 5-6 years now, and it's not a winning battle.
'Cause that makes sense. Because if they can make a mobile console and then they can, still, I don't know. There's, how DS games don't have as much strength in compared from mobile handheld gaming to console, but then phone has even less strength. So I don't know. There's a medium in there that would have to be
Yeah,
filled
but
somehow.
new phones come out every year. I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of things that are working against the dedicated handheld market right now, and I feel like Nintendo has an out. They have an out with the Switch. They don't need to
Yeah.
continue making 3DS games if they don't feel like there's a market there. So like, who cares really? 3DS had a great life. It's a great system. It has a ton of great games on it.
Well, they showed us the Switch, but they never ever showed us the NX. I think they're still going to announce it, and it's going to be a phone. It's going to be a phone, and that'll be what will replace a 3DS.
Oh, I think it's going to be this oval thing where the joysticks are on the screen. It's going to be cumbersome and yucky. Like those 3D renders.
Totally.
But capacitive touch, though. Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah. One of the other things we already talked about the Switch pretty much, right?
A lot.
We agree on that. This little minor note I have here. So I was flipping through my phone going, oh, hey, here's news. Google gives me news about gaming and stuff. And then all of a sudden, you guys can click on the link now. This website pops up. It goes, new Zelda game coming out on PlayStation 4.
What?
I'm like, what the what? So I read the article. And, okay, first off, I hate satire. I don't appreciate that style of writing. I just never liked it. So, of course, I go into reading it like a stupid dum-dum or something. Because it's like, Nintendo shocked the video game world when it announced their upcoming Zelda game, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, will also be released by competitor Sony on the PS4. And so I'm like, oh, dang, that would be probably not a good marketing move for the Switch.
This doesn't even read as a satire.
That's the thing.
Stupid.
I hate it because they basically say they definitely said this. It's true. It's true.
This is dumb. This isn't a satire. It even they make tons of mistakes in this article. It says, it is rumored that the development cost has succeeded $150 million so far. What does that even mean?
But see, their about page says it's satirical and futuristic.
So
I'll be using bad grammar in the future. Is that what it is?
It's basically saying that they can just make up any crap they want without any, I know that satire is supposed to be fun, and this isn't even futuristic at a certain point.
This isn't even fun. It's just stupid.
This will happen in the future. There's some satire article out there talking about how the Zelda game's coming to PS4.
Well,
it's the only one out there, too.
It's this kind of crap that, people will just glance at on Facebook, and then they'll immediately think, oh, there's Zelda coming to PS4. I have met people...
Because it showed up on my Google phone.
I have met people that I joke, I kid you not, people actually believe that, oh, yeah, there was a Zelda game on the PlayStation 3, and I'm like, no, there's not. And they're like, no, I saw it. I saw there was something about it.
It's called Eco.
Google just tied the word Zelda and said, oh, he likes Zelda, let's show him this article. So I read the whole thing, and it's freaking it made me mad. I mean, the name of the article or the website is Satira Tribune, so you could derive that it's satirical.
I'm reading the other titles in the trending section, and none of these look like satire. They just look like
it's just
fake.
bad. It's just
false reporting. Donald Trump attends Scientologist 4th of July party. Okay.
But guys, it's satire.
At that point, it's just comedic. It's not even comedic for this one. It's just bad.
Mexican drug lord one, that seems a bit satirical. All the other ones, though.
It's they're a worse version of The Onion, but not even funny.
There's no point. Satire is supposed to be like, oh, but why would they do that? That's funny.
This is going to be the monthly Todd and Spigel teardown of random thing on the internet. Last month we boldly took on Little Kelly,
man.
And this month we're boldly taking on Satira Tribune. Screw you.
Little Kelly's struggling now. We did it, guys.
I tweeted at Little Kelly on Twitter, and she never tweeted back at me. And I said so because she tweeted something like, "Oh, we're working really hard to make this next episode," and I'm like, I can't. And I tweeted something like, "Oh, I can't wait to see the first episode you ever worked hard on."
Eventually, you two will just have your own show where you just bash something every show,
and we'll call it the show without effort or something.
Yeah, effortless, going off the rails. I love it. By the way, you can follow me at SpigelWii on Twitter, SpigelWii, for all of your hot takes on video games and things.
Things.
And Spiegel things.
Yeah.
Okay, next on the list is it's bolded as 2017 preview, and we're going to talk about games and things we expect in 2017. I guess this works in sort of a list format.
We'll try to go quickly, just like reading down the list. If someone has something they want to say about a game, then we can say it quickly. But like we got a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of games coming out potentially next year that are going to be like, hey, wish list type material. So just keep your ears open. See if there's a game you like. Write down all the games you want and then put them in the comments or whatever.
Yeah. Josh, do you want to read the list?
All right, sure. Starting off in January, we have on the 13th. It's not really a game, but it's the Nintendo Switch reveal event. Does anyone want to say anything about that?
That's better than any game. We're gonna get a bunch of games revealed at that event.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was on the 12th.
It might be, but I don't know.
I mean,
Not the
12th or 13th.
We might as well talk about like the new Mario game that we don't know what it is yet. The new Splatoon, Mario Kart, whatever else they showed.
Well, we know that Splatoon and Mario Kart are going to be like ports of the Wii U games, probably with all the DLC, probably with extra content. Maybe. I'm more curious are you guys going to buy that? I think I might. I might
Switch?
buy a Splatoon again on Switch.
Oh,
I will definitely get Splatoon again.
I still haven't bought Splatoon myself, so I definitely would.
Yeah, Josh, we never could do that series because you never bought the game.
That series that is currently
Splatoon
running
is
on
awesome.
Rush for it on
No,
YouTube.
the multiplayer series of it.
I'm A rank and my friend just got to S rank. So, yeah.
Freaking tryhards.
Well, apparently, according to statistics, like 40-something% of the people that play the game are in S rank.
Wow.
Because they did an awful job of setting up the ranks.
Well, to be fair, they didn't have really high hopes on how fast we could level up. Remember when the first 10 levels, and they were like, "Whoa, dang, we're gonna set the level cap higher."
Except that rank is completely different from level up.
Well, yeah,
like,
but they didn't have high expectations.
Yeah, that's
very
true.
quick discussion question. Just like everyone say your answer. Which game in 10 years will be remembered more fondly, Splatoon or Overwatch?
Probably,
I'll say
there's a lot
Overwatch.
more memes. There's a lot more memes of Overwatch.
Yeah, I'd say Overwatch.
Yeah.
It just seems more popular.
It's like my
depends.
feelings about each game aside, I think Overwatch is definitely gonna overtake Splatoon in our cultural
I think-
consciousness.
Yeah, that makes
If
it seem like a
Nintendo
high find.
if Nintendo actually puts effort into trying to make Splatoon an actual esport like they showed in the Switch thing, then it could get better, but we don't know right now.
That's why I'm like super intrigued to see this new version of Splatoon, because it's like, what features is this going to have that just weren't on the Wii U version that are going to...
They have pants!
and hairdos! Okay, what else?
That's actually a huge thing for
Oh,
me.
the
I love
new
customization.
Mario, we don't really know anything about, but I'm really
See,
intrigued
like-
to see it.
I mean, it's looking like
Yeah,
it's in the
what's-
style of something like Mario 64, Sunshine and Galaxy, so I'm excited for that.
Please.
Please, Nintendo. We've been asking for
Conversely,
years.
Bring the flood back!
It also sort of looks like just a play test for just graphics, but
It does.
I guess they did that at the start of Mario Galaxy or something.
Well, we
They
know
had
there's a
some-
new Mario, a new 3D Mario. There hasn't been a new 3D Mario since 2013. It's time for another.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
you
no
know,
way.
You know it's ready.
There's no way they would have designed all those environments. Like they designed new characters and new like kinds of buildings and just a new setting, and they wouldn't just have that as a tech demo.
Well, yeah, but
It
except
reminds me of
that could
Wind
be a
Waker
tech
HD.
demo. There could be a game, but that could still be a tech demo if you saw how empty the world was around those buildings.
Yeah.
That'd be a really shitty game. Bleep that out.
Oh, I gotta get the coin sound effect again. Thanks.
That's a really corny game.
What happens when we reach 100 coins?
Oh my god.
You
We
get-
get a
you
one
get
up,
one-
obviously.
You can
Can
say
you, like-
one swear word without getting bleeped on
man.
the show.
So I have to just say 99 more curse words and I get a freebie. Your system's broke, yo.
Hey, it's a great system. People don't like voice chat.
No, it's just on
Platoon
the
joke.
100th curse word. It
Yeah.
replaces it with the one up sound instead. That's all you get.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Next on the list is Dragon Quest, a bunch of Roman numerals that should have died with the Roman era.
8.
Hey, screw you, man. Roman numerals are folksy.
I was just
At
doing
least
this
it's
a
not
bit.
Final Fantasy.
So, Journey of the Cursed King is coming out on January 20th. It's the first, like, in my mind, the first big game of the year. It's coming out on 3DS, another amazing 3DS RPG. You can currently play it on PS2 if you can't wait, but this version looks like they're adding a lot of stuff that's going to be, well, pretty cool, pretty convenient. I'm all in favor of making inconvenient old, like, JRPG models more convenient for the modern age, and that's exactly what they're doing. I'm playing Dragon Quest VII right now. Love it. A lot of fun. Dragon Quest VIII, I'm really excited for.
All right. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Dragon Quest. I've never played it, but
yeah, it's right next to Final Fantasy for me as like the old like gods of JRPGs that I have not actually gotten into.
Like the definition of classic
yeah,
JRPG.
definitely.
All the tropes that like you can expect from JRPGs, Dragon Quest has got them. In 7, you're like a young kid who like is always he's encouraged to go off and become a man on his adventure, and you meet all these people along the way. They're like stereotypical, like it's great.
Does he have any parents?
In 8, are you the father and you have a son?
Yes.
Did that joke make it onto this podcast, or were we talking about that before we started recording?
I think it
was
before.
I don't know.
What was it?
We were talking about Gears.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that did make it on the show.
I hated that trope, so yeah.
On the same day, Gravity Rush 2 comes out for PS4. If you didn't play the first one, it's because it was on Vita. But it is available on PS4, I think. The first Gravity Rush now. So.
Yeah. I had a rush. So.
All right. Next up is on the 24th of January, the Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. PS4.
Kingdom
Eat
Hearts.
your heart out.
My friends and I are ready for this. We've been marathoning all the games.
Can we do a quick, do you guys think that they're going to make 2.9 first or 3.0?
Probably. At this rate, it's a
3
joke.
should be next.
It's a gag. They're going to keep doing it.
When I first saw that this was like a thing,
2.99.
I was like, are they just like trolling us? Like, what is this? I still
It's a
can't
bit.
believe
I feel like it is a joke partially.
It has to be. I mean, what is this, Lion King 2.5 or whatever?
that was straight to video. Does that mean this game is going to be like straight to, I don't know.
Straight to our pockets. Straight to our minds. We don't even have to play.
Yeah, you don't even play it. You just know what happens immediately. All right, let's move on.
All right. Also on the 24th, we have 3 more games: Resident Evil 7, Tales of Berseria, and Yakuza 0.
Huh.
I'm still on the record concerned about Resident Evil 7 and like what it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to be a good game.
There was 10 minutes of gameplay that they showed off. Apparently not many people wanted to watch it.
I played the demo.
Was that the VR thing?
I played the demo and it was scary the first time through.
Spooky.
But I also saw some cracks in the system that I think could grow into bigger problems in the rest of the game. Like, I don't think the story is going to be very interesting. I think it's gonna try to force a lot of its scares.
Like, I get why Capcom thinks that we want action because Resident Evil 5 is the best-selling Resident Evil game.
Mm-hmm.
But like, can you just stop and just dial it back a little bit?
Yeah, I'm not confident about this. I hope I'm proven wrong, but
I hope you're proven wrong too.
I always hope that Capcom makes a better product than I'm expecting them to make. So there you go.
Okay, do we want to move past these other 2 that I've never heard of?
Well, the Tales of series is a pretty popular JRPG series. I don't know anything about Yakuza 0.
I've heard I heard the Yakuza series is pretty good, so I don't know. It's probably going to be a good game.
Yakuza?
Well, I mean, that's the reason I put it on the list because it has some type of renown to it, but I don't know anything about the series. Yeah, move on.
In February, on the 3rd, we have Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World on the 3DS.
I did not know of this game's existence. What is this?
I want that Poochie so badly.
Yeah, that Poochie amiibo is great.
Woolly World.
Poochie's fun, but also
Poochie
while
ain't
trying
stupid.
to play that game is so stupid.
Poochie ain't stupid.
Ain't stupid or is stupid?
Isn't. Poochie isn't stupid.
So I don't understand why this game exists except just to sell more games to Nintendo gamers who don't have a Wii U.
It's like a Minions movie for Poochie fans.
It's like Mario Maker and Hyrule Warriors Legends and like all these games that came out on 3DS that were on Wii U, but it's just like they're just double dipping you. I'm not interested in buying this game.
I actually really want to get Legends though, just because it'll be portable then. But for Woolly World, I already have it on Wii U. I don't need it for 3DS.
Yeah, it's weird that they're doing like dual releases as much as they can right now, because when the Switch happens, there won't really be a need to do dual releases because you can just bring the game with you. So
Yeah.
it's interesting that they're like, well, let's do as many dual releases as we can.
Let's be honest. This is just another game to sell an amiibo, just like Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival and like Chibi Robo Ziplash. Like the reason there's an amiibo that's coming with this is because they're gonna try to get people to cash in on the amiibo before they release.
I guarantee,
like they're gonna release a by itself amiibo. I'm just gonna buy that like at some point in the future.
Japan.
No, they'll have it here too. They did it with Chibi Robo because they had all those extra leftover ones from all the games that didn't sell.
I'm pretty sure GameStop will have them anyway.
Yeah,
I know KK Slider had his own in Japan, so you didn't have to buy the 3-pack. And apparently the amiibos can work. They're non-region locked, so
Wow.
They are?
yeah.
They aren't.
You had to get the QB Box Boy amiibo. Did you guys see that one? That's awesome.
no.
So Box Boy
Yeah,
is
it's
great.
Japanese
If you
only.
guys haven't played Box Boy,
Oh,
go
yeah.
check it out. It's like $5 on the eShop.
It's freaking adorable.
It's a great puzzle game, and like Box Boy just came out this year too, and it's infuriatingly difficult.
That name's so
The naming
funny.
scheme is great.
Yeah, it's just like the Wii and the Wii U. Box Boy and Box Boy. You can't even Google Box Boy because it keeps bringing you to frickin' Box Boy.
Just wait
Oh,
until it's
Nintendo.
Box.
They Wii U'd it up again.
Or maybe it'll be Box Boy next.
All right, February 7th. The Walking Dead: A New Frontier has a couple episodes releasing in December this year, but they're going to release the physical disc in February. Anyone who knows me and Josh and Todd, I don't know if Xiber's played them, but we all love the Walking Dead Telltale games.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
I have yet to play the second. I haven't yet to play the second season
Oh, you
because
haven't
of
played it
how
yet?
hard how hard season 1 hit me. I just can't do it. It's too emotional. Every time I see it on my list, I'm like, I can't. It's just too much.
Gotta get it, man. You're running out of time before season 3, and season 3 is gonna
I
be
know.
the stakes are so freaking high right now for season 3. I'm really excited. And everyone always asks me, hey, do you watch the show? And I'm like, no. Should I feel bad about that?
No, not really.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fun to watch week to
The
week.
show's good,
but
it's good filler.
Yeah.
For waiting for the game.
if you have nothing else
All
to
right,
watch,
we need to
That
go.
just doesn't
We need to
seem
go
right.
quicker. We need to go quicker.
All right. On the 9th is Neo.
Nio.
Okay, let's be real. Nobody knows what this
Nio.
is.
Nio?
Next is on the 14th,
Valentine's Day.
Deformers.
That's GameStop Splatoon.
And for all you lovers out there, For Honor and Sniper Elite 4.
For Honor, my daddy is gonna release that game. Next is Sniper Elite 4. I've never really been a fan of that series because V2 was stupid in the walkthrough. Remember, Josh?
I
Yeah.
remember.
Sneaking was a joke in that game.
Yeah.
And it's a
It
sniper
was,
game.
The control
so,
scheme was exactly like Metal Gear Solid 5, but in a bad game.
Yeah, I was like, what are they thinking? And you have
I've
to.
never heard of these games.
Well, yeah, it's just a sniper game. It's not even really a sniper game at a certain point. Because you pretty much just run and gun after a certain point, right?
And you're no
And
longer
you have
sniping
skills.
at that point, unless you're like
Yeah.
running with the sniper rifle, which is pretty like that's pretty
that
pro
point.
as far as
360 no scoping here.
yeah.
We collected we had 50 bodies at some point and laid in the bodies and started shooting. Of course, they could see you, but
It
There is a Halo game
fun.
coming out on February
Yeah.
21st. It is called Halo Wars 2, so we can skip that.
yeah. And next one,
So
the
dismissive.
next
Hey,
Dynasty
Did you
Warrior
guys-
game is
did you
going to
guys
be
know?
Berserk.
Did you know?
I already said it.
The next Dynasty
I already
Warriors
said it. The
game
next
is gonna
Dynasty
be
Warriors is
Berserk.
Berserk. I was waiting on this entire list. That's why I was giggling the whole time. Josh and I have had this thing in the past day or two that whenever anyone mentions anything about Dynasty Warriors or Berserk, we go, hey, by the way,
Did you know?
did you know the next Dynasty Warrior game is Berserk and the Band of the Hawk? I love that manga. I love the anime. The footage of it looks really good, actually.
Yeah, I might actually pick it up. Like,
Alas,
And it
it
covers-
is still a Dynasty Warriors game, so you've already played it.
I did not
Yeah,
I did
pretty
not
much.
pick up
Yeah,
Hyrule
that's-
Warriors,
I'll fully-
and I am more
Really?
interested in the
Done.
Berserk one.
You are a terrible human being. On February 24th. No, okay, go ahead.
Wait, my one issue with Dynasty Warriors is that I want a skirmish mode and not just campaign stuff. Because I know that the Gorons are going to attack on the left whenever I start that map. So I just don't... It's just too predictable, you know.
Well, why don't you do the other thing? Where,
Like,
you're
just-
on the Zelda 1 map.
That's just regular challenges where you beat up 50 monsters.
No, there's actual taking over the forts and killing bosses too.
Yeah, I just wish there was like what Age of Empires 2 does. And like playing against friends.
Oh, okay.
February 24th.
Oh, that would be awful. I would not want
I'm
to
the
play
host.
against friends.
February 24th.
That's
is
Jodd
Lego
to you.
Worlds. Spiegel.
Don't
What a
worry,
shock.
I'll get the coin sound effect
Yeah.
going again.
Yeah. And then they'll make thinking I've called you something really bad.
How many coin bits left until 100?
Like C-word or something. Lego Worlds, is that like the craft your own world one? I sound like I'm 40 years old or something.
I think it is.
Is that the one with the Legos
Like Lego
where you build
Dimensions?
things?
Is that the Lego game that's like the Minecraft? I was trying to avoid comparing it to Minecraft, by the way.
Wouldn't Disney Infinity be better or something?
Isn't Lego Worlds the one that's been on early access for like 2 years?
I have absolutely no clue.
I
Let
think
me
I speak for
look
the like
this
the
up.
100% of our audience when I say who cares about Lego Worlds.
Well,
Think of the
for those that
kids.
played Lego Island or something, it sort of appealed to me a bit, but
Throwback.
not too much. The next one on the list is on the 28th, Horizon Zero Dawn.
How come nobody bolded this? This is gonna be
Yeah,
great.
it's weird. Let me just.
Is that
let
the
me just,
robot one?
Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me
Yeah.
just bold that.
Where we
list.
talked about Harry Potter?
That's right. Yeah.
I remember
so
that.
Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be awesome. I think it looks great. Every time I look at it, it looks better and better. So I'm cautiously optimistic as I am with most Sony exclusives, because with Sony,
Yeah.
you never know if their exclusives are going to be good or not, because then you have like a Last Guardian situation, or it could be Until Dawn and it could be amazing.
I guess you just need to focus on what actual people are working on it, because while it's still first party, they have a ton of first party developers
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
teams.
at any rate, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely excited to see like what the reviews when they come out, and I'll definitely be picking it up if the reviews are anywhere close to decent. So, because it looks like the type of game I'd really enjoy. Coming off like fresh off Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I just finished this month, man, I'm ready for another big adventure like that.
Yeah, the gameplay looks fun. I'm not sure about the story yet. Still, they haven't sold me on
Yeah.
that in the 2 years that they've been hyping this up. But I might check it out, especially if it gets good reviews. And so that brings us into March, I guess. On the 7th, we have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Woo! Everyone's hyped for this, right? Air horn.
That a big Yubi yawn.
And then on
Who
the
knows?
9th, we have Nier Automata. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know.
Automata.
I don't know, Josh. You're the one that watches anime. It sounds sort of weeboo to
Nier
me.
Automata.
So I will say this.
Yeah,
I will say this.
PlayStation.
Chase
Semi-racist.
is very excited for this game. Chase, formerly of the ZBN. Oh, I mean, currently of the ZBN. I'm just kidding, Chase. Jeez.
The ZBN, formerly known
Is
as
that
Chase.
is that the one with the rooftop scene and the robots and stuff, or
Is that the one with the mask? The creepy mask?
No, you're thinking Watch Dogs too.
No, not that. Not the meme machine mask.
You know they make that mask in real life.
Do you guys
Oh,
remember
God,
E3
no.
this year when I said that Watch Dogs 2 actually looked pretty good, and then it came out and it actually was pretty good?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
was
was?
Did it actually turn out well?
Yeah,
got a
people
lot
like
of good
it.
reviews.
it came
People
out?
like it.
I predicted it was going to be fine. You know, I had my skepticisms, but
No,
I was like,
most of
"Yeah,
us
you know."
said like, oh, the game looks really good. It looks a lot better than the first one. Like, so and that sort of is what happened.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be horrible just so that I could
Well-
raise one of my fingers at the crowd at E3 who went
Well,
nuts over
your
it.
pinky or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Well, one of those. One of
Oh,
those.
okay. You'd be dignified.
Can I
It's
coin
got
your
show
finger?
class. Raise the pinky.
Go ahead, coin my
Yeah,
finger.
I told you so.
Bing, bing.
I butt my thumb at thee.
So a couple games are coming out on the 14th. The first one.
Yes, the
The first one is Danganronpa 1 and 2, which is being combined into one package for PS4. I recently sold my Vita ones because I decided to kind of clean out my game collection a little bit and consolidate it. And this is the type of
should've
game I
given it
want to
to me.
support by buying again. So I'm definitely going to buy this game when it comes out on PS4.
Okay.
all right. Josh, your favorite game in the world is
Star
coming out
Trek
that day
Bridge
too.
Crew. Is no one else extremely hyped for this?
Okay, if they work on it more,
Yeah.
like they probably
if
worked
they,
on
if
it.
they
a bit.
package it with LeVar Burton, if I get a free LeVar Burton with my game.
LeVar Burton pre-order bonus.
And he reads books with me. That would fulfill all of my childhood fantasies. But anyway, moving on, because I don't think anyone
Kingdom
actually...
Hearts.
I want to hear more about your
Again.
childhood fantasies involving LeVar Burton.
More Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 HD remix.
Oh my god, they actually did some other 2-point
Yeah.
stuff. Jesus.
Well, it's a good idea though, because like every single game will be on the PS4 when they all come out.
Yeah, so
I
that's
agree.
gonna be,
like, every single
I'm
game.
normally
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Normally, I hate
but-
collections like this because it's like I just bought all these games, but the idea that I can play every Kingdom Hearts game pretty much except for I think Dream Drop Distance on PS4.
No, Dream Drop Distance will be on 2.8.
Oh, is it? Oh my god. Well,
So there's only going to be 2 games that were changed into movies instead. And they were the DS ones.
oh my god. Okay. Well, anyway, so the idea that I'll be able to play them on PS4 is good because let's be honest. Okay, there's a lot of story heavy crap in Kingdom Hearts, and if Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out next year, which it's not, you're really going to have to be able to get caught up, and it's really nice that it's going to be all convenient, all in one place.
Yeah, I don't think the whole collections is a bad idea. I just didn't realize they did a 2.5 as well as a 2.8.
Yeah.
That's why it's called 2.8.
Next up, the Nintendo Switch is going to be coming out in March. We already talked about that at length. So moving on into April.
Yeah.
On the 4th, we
Real
have
quick.
Sniper Ghost
Do you
Warrior
guys
3.
think-
Oh, wait.
Hey,
what?
hey, hey! I have something to say. Wait, shut up, Josh.
It's like, go
Do you
faster,
guys
faster.
think that? Do you guys think that Zelda is getting delayed on Switch?
I think.
Do you buy into that rumor?
I thought it.
At this
Oh,
point, I want
I-
to say, I don't know.
Wasn't the rumor that it's being delayed on the Wii U and not the Switch? Or...
No, the rumor is that it's getting
I thought that
canceled
was,
on
yeah.
Wii U and that it's still being delayed on Switch. Although in my mind, I don't see why you would delay it on Switch if you're straight up canceling the Wii U version to get it.
They're
like,
not going to cancel the Wii U version.
They should cancel
Why?
the Wii U version. I've like completely flip-flopped on my opinion on this because it's like if the Wii U version is holding the Switch version back, then screw you. Just drop it. Like, I don't want to wait any longer. I'm done waiting for Zelda. Everything I see just gets me more and more excited. And if the Wii U is screwing my ability to play Zelda on launch day with the Switch, then like what? I just don't understand what purpose that serves.
They could always drop the Switch version, get the Wii U one out sooner.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I would prefer if they did that.
Get out of here.
Do any of you guys plan on getting the Nintendo Switch like as soon as it comes out, or
Oh
within
yeah,
a month
day
or
one,
so?
baby. I'm pre-ordering that thing. I'm gonna be out in the Wisconsin cold getting that thing. Presumably, if I live in Wisconsin.
Like I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it within a year. It just depends on what actually
Yeah.
will be out within the month or 2 of its
Yeah,
release.
if I have the money, I want to get it close to release.
I was gonna say if I'm doing financially well, I might do it, but I probably won't because I'm gonna be moving pretty soon after that release. So I'm gonna have all that money. But anyway, the April is Josh.
Sell your organs.
Cyber Ghost Warrior 3.
It's another sniper game, I guess.
And
Are
then we
you
have,
a ghost or a warrior?
And then we
Are
have
you
Persona
free?
5. I know Spigel is very excited about this.
Oh yeah, I'm so we talked about like great classic JRPGs. Persona is one of the newer like JRPG series, but 3 and 4 were phenomenal. 5, I'm so excited. This is probably my most anticipated game of 2017, even over Zelda. I am so excited for Persona 5. You just have no idea.
I'm loving the visual style of Persona 5. I think it's fantastic. Like even better than Persona 4 and Persona 3, which I like the styles of those games too, but like this one's so like snappy and like that red and black edgy aesthetic really caters
Red and Black is
to
so
6th grade
frickin'
Josh.
edgy. Also, I love how it's still coming out on PS3. Like Sony is Atlas is really just addicted to their idea that people want to play a brand new game on a like 10-year-old console, like how Persona 4 got released in 2011 on PS2. That was great. Like 5 years after the PS3 launched. True story.
I don't have anything else to say. I didn't think I said anything about that game, actually. On the 7th is Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition.
I had no idea that they were going to do anything with the Bulletstorm series game. Is this just a re-release?
It's
Bulletstorm?
the original game with like updated content or something. I don't know. They announced it
With,
at the Game Awards, and I was really confused.
Yeah.
Because I like looked
The
at it and, like,
magazines have full bullets now.
yeah. don't know, whatever.
I've just
Rifle.
noticed that I don't apparently keep track at all of any shooter games. 'Cause I don't know. I've never heard of any of these games.
Yeah, I don't know what Bulletstorm is.
Have you heard of ukulele?
Is that the instrument?
Which is coming out on the no, not the ukulele, as Josh likes to call it. The ukulele.
It's an uka.
It's a ukulele. On the 11th is ukulele.
Lily.
I noted here.
Didn't they?
I noted here that they are going to be releasing it on the Nintendo Switch because that's the most obvious thing in the world. They did say that they canceled the Wii U version.
Yeah, that's what got people's feathers ruffled.
Yeah, people were like so upset about that. Like, I don't understand that why people now are so attached to their Wii U's. It's like bothering me.
I don't know. I mean, if someone paid a lot of money to basically order it, and then they said, "Oh yeah, now your order is a different console game."
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's a you
so
problem. That's not. I don't.
Yeah, because they put money in it.
Yeah, that's the risk of Kickstarting. Like, you got to be stupid if you think that everything that's promised on Kickstarter is going to like come true.
Well,
and
also,
I just
also, there's a lot of people that probably they're not going to buy a Switch for a while, and they probably bought a Wii U recently now that it has a lot of games on it, and they're excited about all these games coming to it. And if Zelda doesn't come out on the Wii U, and if Ukulele doesn't come out on the Wii U, that's going to disappoint a lot of those people.
You know what also sucks
I
about
have no
Kickstarter?
tears for those people. I've owned a Wii U since 2012.
heartless monster.
I am the dedicated fan who deserves a new console with updated games like Zelda Breath of the Wild and Splatoon and Mario Kart and all these games that came out on Wii U that people bought Wii U's for. I deserve it. You don't. You jumped on board late. That's your problem.
Whatever.
Like I've been
Doesn't
telling
matter. You're
people
entitled
not
to
to.
anything.
I've been telling people for the past year to wait because I thought that the Switch was going to come out soon. I'm like, whoa, save that money. Don't get the Wii U if you don't have it yet. Like it is great. It has plenty of games, but if the Switch is coming out, you might as well save it for that since a bunch of the games are coming out on the Switch also or instead of.
Although I don't know when I'll be buying it, so I think the one thing that sucks about the whole Kickstarter thing is if they already sent out like a button or something, then like they already said, oh yeah, we sent out the rewards, you can't cancel, you already got something, you're dedicated to this, which sucks. It happened to me with the Bee and Puppy Cat thing because I put $75 towards that cartoon, and they sent out freaking a comic. A
So
little
sad.
5-page comic and went, here you go, you got your award, you cannot back out now, you're $75 in. And I'm like still waiting for this cartoon to come out.
People are criticizing me on our official Google document about why I guess people can't just buy a new console. It's not that much money. Well, guess what? If you... Never mind. I'm not going to go all financial elitist on you, okay? But there are options. You can sell your, bodily fluids. You can drive Uber. If you want to drive Uber, contact me. I'll give you a confirmation code, and you can make me an extra $100.
Just quit college.
signing
The
up.
commies are going to drain all our fluids. They're going to take all of our precious fluids.
But like I said before,
No
I'm,
fluids for
you know,
ukulele.
Apparently plasma actually gives a lot of money.
I'm sure. See, I don't know. Yeah, that's the whole thing where it's like people that are, if you can't afford the Switch right now, then just wait. I don't know where I'm going with that.
I mean, look, if you have enough money to
instead.
if you have enough money to kickstart something that's like not even like you don't even, when a lot of people kickstarted this game, they didn't even know what it was going to look like. A lot of people kickstarted this game. If you have enough money to kickstart something, you have enough money to buy a new console. Stop making
That's
excuses.
not true at all. Throw like a little bit of money at a Kickstarter. You don't throw the entire price of a console in there.
I do not throw money away on
Some people
Kickstarter.
do.
So maybe that's why I have more money, because I don't throw all my money at Kickstarter.
Okay, let's move on. Dragon Quest
Yeah.
Heroes 2 on the PS4 is coming out on the 25th of April. Does anyone have anything to say about that?
What
I'm
is
looking
this?
forward to the next main series Dragon Quest game. I don't know anything about the
So
Heroes
it
series.
doesn't
'cause
relate
it's
to
like
this
an
at
offshoot.
all. Moving on to June, the only thing listed here is E3 2017.
We've run out of actual like hard dates. We're gonna go over a few of the games that are coming out next year, but we just don't know dates for them yet.
Yeah. So what do you guys think E3 2017 is going to be like?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea.
There it
It's
is.
There's gonna be a
Sorry,
bunch
we're
of
writing some
Switch
in the
stuff.
doc.
I'm pretty sure.
Those dates are mostly on there just so that we're aware of them, not because we need to discuss. Like, I mean, we'll see Red Dead Redemption 2. We'll see. Maybe we'll see the first debut gameplay of Death Stranding.
Yeah,
you know,
I think it's gonna.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
I think it's gonna be a big time for Nintendo, since they're gonna have the Switch out already. They're probably gonna have a few big first party launch titles out at the time, and so they're probably gonna be hyping up like everything to come out in the next year because I have confidence that Nintendo is going to have a pretty nice launch year for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they'll
Yeah.
finally show us the new Zelda game.
What?
Maybe they'll finally reveal the NX.
Wouldn't the Switch be out?
Are they gonna show us Zelda U?
New 3DS Zelda.
If Nintendo even like shows us half the games that have been rumored to be coming to this thing, I feel like they've got a stacked lineup for the first year, and I think we'll see a lot of that at E3.
Oh yeah,
So I'm excited for sure. We'll see Retro's new game, maybe finally.
maybe.
Oh
I
yeah.
hope so.
Maybe some Metal Gear Solid Pinball.
No, don't talk about the Metal Gear series is dead now. It's dead to me.
Oh.
It ended. It ended last year.
All right. Did we already mention in August is the Gamescom 2017?
Slowly becoming more relevant in the modern gaming world, Gamescom. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Gamescom?
I don't know.
I like how
None of us know.
Microsoft always has like this big presence at Gamescom, but they do not sell Xbox One consoles in Europe. It always surprises me. Like that they continue to increase their presence there and they just cannot move Xbox Ones in Europe.
Well, it's like how Nintendo can't sell in Europe even though they're trying so hard. What is wrong with you, Europe?
Europe just kind of sucks. Like the #1 best-selling game every single year without fail is FIFA. I mean, come on.
What is wrong with you, Europe?
Yeah.
All right, we have a lot of bolded games coming up in the unknown release date list here, so let's try to get through this as quickly as possible. We have A Hat in Time coming out on the PC. We have Ace Combat 7 on the PS4. Agents of Mayhem on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Crackdown 3 on Xbox One and PC. And then the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on the PS4. Which,
Have we all ripped collectively the Crash Bandicoot trilogy on this show?
Please
Yes.
look better when it comes out.
Oh, God, I don't like it. Oh.
Wow! Yeah, so can it be said that we're all pretty big Crash Bandicoot fans? Like, all of us, we're all pretty big Crash Bandicoot fans, right?
I mean,
You know, my,
Like something
I mean,
that
I
I am
played it.
happy about is that they're having the time trials in all 3 games instead of just the 3rd one. So
That is
that's
interesting.
Something to look forward to.
my reaction when I saw this trailer is I was sitting in front of the TV in my recliner, and I was like pulling up the trailer on my YouTube app on PS4.
sipping your Halo
and
beer.
Sipping my Halo beer. And-
Yeah, Halo beer!
Yeah, man.
And
Making a
and I saw it pop
return
up.
to the ZBN podcast. Halo beer, now at a store near you. Buy it now and pre-order a copy of Halo Wars 2 and you'll get 3 copies of Halo beer delivered directly to your Xbox One, console, or PC.
The hoppiest IPA beer you ever had. It's practically, you have to silt it out.
Beer cozy costs
Anyway.
extra.
Cuphead is coming out this year, supposedly.
Hey, I wasn't even done talking.
Oh, we're done talking about it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Cuphead isn't out
No,
yet.
Josh, go ahead.
All right. Well, what I was gonna say is that like the trailer played, and then I was just staring there in disbelief, and one word came out of my mouth, and that word was "wow." That's what I was.
Well, I'm glad
building
we
to.
got that little bit in.
That was all.
I'm glad we finished that bit. And, all right, and next on the list, as Spigel said, is Cuphead.
Cuphead, every time I see it, I'm always impressed by that animation.
Oh, yeah.
It just looks
Yeah,
like I don't know if it's
love-
the type of game that I would really love, just because it's like a bullet hell game. But
yeah.
it looks unbelievable.
Oh,
I love this
visually,
game's
it's-
visual style.
So smooth.
If you've never seen Cuphead, it looks like an old style, like 1930s Disney cartoon, like a Mickey Mouse cartoon.
One of the most
It's-
beautifully
yeah.
animated games I've ever seen.
Yeah. It doesn't it's not like because of how it's animated, you would think, oh, they're going to do a punch. It's going to clip from their standing to their punch because there's no way they could go that,
Yeah.
you know? But it's really fluid.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
They work
Like
so
all the
hard
fluid
on
in
this.
Cuphead.
It's like what a person from the 30s would think if they knew what video games were. They'd be like, oh, I'm going to draw a video game animation today.
Yeah.
That's how they talked back then.
People in the 30s were talking about drawing video game animations.
Ah, yes. We have the word
Yes,
even.
the
I don't know
computer
how to pronounce
games.
it in the old
What's a
accent.
computer?
Next on the list is Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony.
So Danganronpa 3 coming out on PS4 and Vita next year. Very excited once again. The Danganronpa series, great visual novels, part Phoenix Wright, part I don't know, something. But if you like
Some illegitimate father.
part like high school, like everyone is really horny in high school.
Oh, wait, that makes me not want to
Horny
get the game if
and
you
wanting
mention
to
high school.
kill.
Yeah.
I've
Next
watched
on
the
the
anime.
list.
It was pretty good.
Let's move on. Oh, is the anime good? Okay.
Yeah.
Anime is pretty good in general. I thought that's what your question was.
Freaking
Next
weeb.
on the list is Dragon Quest, Roman numerals that should have died in the Roman era.
So Dragon
9
Quest
or something.
11 is coming out on the PS.
Another one.
You're really going for that one up, aren't you?
I thought I had it this time.
You know, I'm going to miss like a couple. You can't be expect me to be like listening to this like so carefully.
I don't-
100% all the way through.
that one, just keep that one in.
Well, I think we keep pointing them out, so you're good.
Well, if we could timestamp them, that would be helpful. But I think that ship is already
that
sailed.
one's good. Just move on.
Anyway,
It's fine,
Dragon
just
Quest
keep it.
11 is coming out on PS4, Nintendo Switch, and 3DS, which is I don't really know what to make of that,
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
but we've already been over how much I love Dragon Quest. So
All right.
It's still
Yeah.
so weird to see the NS on this list.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not X.
I'm just like, what's the NS? Not
Is it
Switch.
nice or something? Or
Nintendo
next on the
nice.
list is nice. Is Ever Oasis on the 3DS.
if you don't remember Ever Oasis, it was that one like weird random game they showed off at
It's-
E3 this year.
It was the one that Todd and I
Dark
compared
Souls
to
for
Dark
kids?
Souls.
Yep.
Really? Huh.
Like,
And it's not like difficult.
yeah,
as
no,
Dark
it's,
Souls.
but the way you roll,
Yeah, the rolling.
The way
Who's the
rolling
big
works
guy
into the
that's
combat.
in charge of part of it? I forget.
What?
Who's like there was
I
some
don't know.
big guy.
Yeah,
I
he's-
forget who it was.
Yeah, it's actually someone that's.
Oh.
But isn't it Grezzo making it?
Yeah,
yes,
this
it
is
it
Grezzo's
Grezzo.
first like straight up developing effort. That's not like a game that's already been made. So I'm excited to see where they go with it. It just looks like a
Yeah.
really interesting dungeon crawler type of game.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that is Final Fantasy 12, right? 12. I got it. The
But
Zodiac.
that game
Todd
already
finally
came
figured
out,
the Roman
guys.
numerals.
So yeah, it's a remake of the international version that we never got on the PS2.
yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm pretty excited for it because new stuff. Also, it's actually one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, even though it's one of those that's like 50-50, maybe not even 50-50 of love and hate.
Yeah. I really like Final Fantasy games, although I tend to lose interest. Like, I'm really into it, and then after a day.
For Final Fantasy 12, I was able to keep up with it just because the gameplay was both simple and addicting and hard at the same time. And also, there's just a ton of world to explore and mini games and
Yeah.
side quests to do.
For the record, for those Roman numeral things, I have dyslexia.
Oh,
it
so that's
makes it
probably a
legit hard to
problem.
read those.
That's why
Yeah,
9 and
I-
11 are kind
It's
of,
just
yeah.
a bunch of slashes. I don't see it.
Just wait till we get to the C's and
Oh,
L's.
I mean, let's be fair. Nobody actually knows what the L and the C mean. Like that's not a
well,
you know.
We will
everyone
once it
when
gets
Final
up to
Fantasy
them.
Gets there.
I can't wait for the XXX Final Fantasy to come out.
I think one of them
They
is
already made
50
they
or
already made an
something.
XXX Final Fantasy parody. I
did
I
they?
saw it on Kotaku. I didn't go looking for it. If that's what you.
Well, we already have Pokemon S and M, so
God. All right. The perennially delayed
Next on the list.
the perennially delayed Gran Turismo Sport on
Oh,
or
sorry.
excuse me, yeah, Gran Turismo Sport on PS4. Announced at the Game Awards that had been rumored forever. Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series.
What the heck? You took my second thing on the list.
What?
We're the ghosts. We're the host ghosts.
Maybe if you would hurry up and
Ghosts
like talk
with
about
the
the
most-
games.
You took the second one without prompt.
just talk over him.
Injustice 2.
All right, on the list is Gran Turismo Sport and Guardian of the Galaxy, the Telltale series. I don't know how that will work. I think it might work fine. The Guardian of the
Yeah, are
Galaxy
they going to
one.
mix it
Dragon
in with
Quest,
the
Raccoon.
cinematic universe? Is it going to be canon? I
don't
hope it
know.
is.
The only
Maybe.
decision I'll be making about this game is whether to buy it or not, and the decision is no.
Do we get to
Yeah, I
listen
probably
to the mixtapes?
I think the Walking Dead are the only games I'll probably play from Telltale.
Yeah, like I'm so done
honestly.
with Telltale. Like they did Minecraft
Hey.
story mode. I'm just like, I'm done with you guys. Like
the second they did
it's
that.
clear
Among
you're
Us
not
was good.
serious about your games.
Wolf Among Us was good.
Oh yeah, I have Wolf Among Us.
I still need to
gotta
play the
that one.
Borderlands one. I got through the first chapter.
All right, sorry. Then moving on is Injustice 2. Does anyone have anything to say
It's not
about
bolded.
Electric
So-
Boogaloo.
It's not bolded.
All right,
Let's keep going.
that? Lady Layton, the millionaire, entrepreneur
Ariadne's
conspiracy.
conspiracy.
Ariadones.
Okay, I think I
Okay,
speak
you
for everybody
freaking
here
otakus.
when I say, what the hell is an Ariadone or an Ariadone?
That's what I,
I have
mean.
absolutely
Aria
no clue.
D1.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna Google this right now.
So is this a
Must be a
Professor
name.
Layton
Yes,
game?
it's the sequel series to the Professor Layton series.
Is this his daughter?
It is his daughter, and the
Oh god.
the premise of the game, and she's hot too.
So it's the
She's really
father
hot.
No, it's
The father
trope.
trope.
Damn it, they got us. They
But
bamboozled
it's not
us
a
So I
again.
can't find anything. The only thing I found on this is a misspelling of it, and it's Ariadne, and it's a daughter of Minos who helps Theseus escape from the labyrinth. So I have no
So
idea.
it must be a
That's
person's
weird.
name then, I
That
guess.
must be a
The
reference.
No, I don't think it
millionaire
is.
Ariadones.
It doesn't make any sense. Let's move on.
All right, and the next one after that on the list is The Legend of Zelda: The Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, we talked about that one.
When nature
Yeah,
calls.
and Lego City Undercover. Is anything like that?
They're re-releasing the
that
Wii U
one-
version on Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, which is cool. That's another game that a lot of people probably didn't get to play.
Okay, so it is out already.
Yeah, I thought I heard about
Yeah,
that
it's a
one.
port.
Mario Sports Superstars.
It's a good idea, right? That's when it has all the sports together.
It kind of
Wait,
feels
was
like a
that the one-
ripoff that Nintendo is releasing a collection of 5 games that have all previously already been standalone Mario sports titles. It leads me to believe that they might be kind of watered down, or that they just might not be very good, or that there's Nintendo admitting that they've been ripping us off for years, charging us $50 for Mario Superstar Baseball on GameCube. Okay, hey Josh, did you want to talk about Lady Layton?
I did want to talk about Lady Layton.
He just trailed off in the distance and let us go on.
I really loved the Professor Layton series, and I was really sad when the second Layton trilogy wrapped up, and they said it was going to be the last one with Professor Layton in it. And then they had that Layton 7 game. I don't know if that actually came out or not, but it was like a mobile game that had nothing to do with the rest of the series, and it was really disappointing. But then they came out with this, and it's like a return to form for the series, and it has a really cute protagonist, and it's going to be great. Sadly, the guy who was working on the series before, making all the puzzles, who had the same birthday as me, by the way, he passed away. But I feel like they can pick it up where he left off, making good puzzles.
So was the Phoenix Wright
Yeah.
crossover canon to the series, or?
It is actually.
Hey Josh,
And that's also a great game, and I hope they do another one. Okay, thank you.
Josh,
I forgive you.
I wanted to apologize for talking over you so much.
We should make up.
A kiss.
Hope you
All that good
forgive me.
stuff.
Kiss right now.
We probably should have done this off the air.
Make slurping noises on your mics to pretend you're kissing.
Slurp, slurp. All right.
Okay, we left off from Mario Sports Superstars, but is that the one with the tennis?
That's with all the.
It's got
sports and
baseball
stuff.
and
Oh,
I don't
wait,
know.
it doesn't have soccer.
Yeah, it has horse
'Cause they
racing,
haven't-
which is already
Horse
covered.
racing isn't really soccer.
No.
That's
What?
not really the same at all. I said, do they have soccer? And you just
Yeah, I said
well,
yeah.
they
They
have
have
horse racing.
Yeah, they have soccer. They have horse racing.
I think
Yeah,
that's
that's-
called
It's
polo.
separate.
Or something.
Next.
It's like soccer on horses.
All I care about is that they have the soccer one because we haven't really had a soccer Mario game
Mario
since the
Strikers.
GameCube. Yeah.
No, there was a Wii
So I've been
version.
wanting.
You don't know this
well.
horse yet, but
Yeah.
you will.
Shut up. The next on the list is Mass Effect Arima Namida.
Andromeda.
I could just imagine somebody going into GameStop and asking for, "Hey, can I have Mass Effect Aromadita?" I remember when Dragon Ball Xenoverse came out. I remember getting feeling tons of calls. Hey, do you have the new Dragon Ball Exoverse? Yeah, I do. I really do.
Xenoverse.
The next one is Ni no Kuni 2. I know Roman almost up to 2. Reverent Kingdom.
Revenant.
Kingdom. Revenant, which I learned last night when I watched The Revenant, means like someone that has come back from the dead. So it's like a resurrected kingdom.
Oh, like the Skull Knight from Berserk.
I still need to play the first Ni no Kuni game. I've had it for like maybe 2 or 3 years.
It's
I've
really
got it
good.
too.
It's one of those really long games that is so long that I never actually finished it, but I really enjoyed what I did play of it. And it has artwork by Studio Ghibli and music by Joe Hisashi, which is phenomenal. Yeah. And I think this one's going to be just as great.
Are you at all surprised that they're not releasing Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch on PS4 like in some sort of remastered form? Because I am. I feel like this is another like Sony like traditional cash grab opportunity for them, and they're not taking it.
The thing is, the PS3 version of Ni no Kuni was already a port of the DS game.
Wow.
I didn't even know there was a DS game, so
yeah, exactly.
The more
no one does because it didn't come out here.
Oh.
That explains a lot. Okay.
All right, Josh, how about you read the title of the next one?
Oh, the next one? Parappa the Rappa remastered?
I already have it for the PSP, so I don't really care.
I have never played a Parappa the Rappa game, and I might check this one out because I've heard good things.
It's like, it really depends on the price of it because it's extremely short. Like, extremely.
Yeah, if they try to like put a $40 price tag on this, that's going to be like offensive on every level.
It's like, I'm not even sure if $20 is worth it. Like 15, 16 maybe.
Oh.
Because it actually does look amazing compared to the old game, but like unless they add stuff to it, then I'm not sure.
Yeah, hopefully they actually do that because I don't think it'd be too hard. Although I'm not a game developer, so.
They're all like, screw you, it's tough.
Up next, we have Phantom Dust on the Xbox One and PC.
Does anybody know what Phantom Dust is? No? Let's move on.
Absolutely no clue. And then...
So this is, just real quick, that's one of the games that like everybody keeps talking about on Xbox. I'm like, oh, Phantom Dust, Phantom Dust. I'm like, what is Phantom Dust? And everyone's like, oh, I don't know.
It's that dust that gets in your eye, but you can't see it coming, and then it hurts.
Yeah.
Shoot.
All right, and then we have...
it looks weird. I googled
Pikmin on the 3DS. I didn't even know this was happening. What?
Yeah.
Josh, I think you missed that 3DS direct that they did because they revealed Pikmin, Mario Sports Superstars, like all these 3DS games that we've mentioned. That,
So everyone's complaining because like people thought that they would be doing Pikmin for the NS, and then they showed this, and everyone assumes that this is that Pikmin game.
Stop assuming that. You're all wrong. This Pikmin game is going to be good. Like, everyone's concerned because it's like, oh, Chibi Robo Ziplash was so bad. I think this game looks good. It's a puzzle platformer. It actually does look good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very positive about this. Like, I don't see any reason to be negative because of something that happened in the past with a completely different franchise that they were trying to reinvent for no particular reason. Although you could argue the same thing with Pikmin, but...
And Nintendo already said that they still want to do more with Pikmin along with Star Fox.
Yeah, that was in a recent interview.
Although didn't Chris bring up a good point that they also said the same thing about Star Fox on the Wii and that never happened?
Well, they literally, I don't know, but
you can't trust Chris with Star Fox related stuff.
The thing about Nintendo is they'll only make a game that makes sense to them. They don't make games that seem obvious to everybody because like they'll look at a concept like, oh, let's do Pokemon Snap. Well, we can't just add more Pokemon. Whereas the general public would say, well, why can't you just add more Pokemon? Nintendo just doesn't look at developing games that way. Yeah. So like that's why we're getting this new Pikmin that nobody apparently wanted. So, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Next on the list is Prey.
Another hugely anticipated game in the world of Spigel for next year. I think so. I don't usually get excited about first-person shooters, but I love sci-fi. And anytime you can like sell me a really good sci-fi idea.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I just googled it. We were really excited about.
Did they show gameplay at the Game Awards? Because I was very drunk at the time and I don't remember half of that.
Josh.
Hey, don't make me coin you out of this.
This is Prey with an E. Okay.
Can we not say the word drunk? Is that a swear?
This show's going too PC for
me.
Me.
Got drunk on eggnog.
It's not Prey with an A. That would be a different type of game.
I guess next on the list is Project Sonic 2017.
Is it like Sonic
It's
06?
Sonic Generations 2,
Yeah,
right?
it's essentially. Although people in the
Oh,
ZBN
yeah.
will disagree with that.
I don't know, Josh. It has the same exact characters. It has the character from Sonic Generations 1.
Are you
Same
telling me
exact
that Sonic is
concept.
going to be in Project Sonic 2017?
So are there going to be three
Let's see.
different
Classic
Sonics
Sonic
this
and
time?
modern Sonic.
Classic
I would
Sonic
love
in the
if they
art
had
style.
Adventure Sonic in there. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they need like the Mario and Luigi one where they had Paper Mario one, so you got a Paper Sonic and Fat
Oh yeah, because
Sonic.
that game
and-
went over so well.
It was actually a good game. I enjoyed it.
But yeah, I would want to see more gameplay of Project Sonic 2017 before I say anything else about it.
Of course. Next on the list, I forgot where I was. Josh, read it quick. I don't know where
Red Dead
I am.
Redemption 2 coming for PS4 and Xbox One.
Sorry, I was apparently
Not
80
quick
years
enough.
old.
And it'll probably come out on PC as well, eventually. Because
Yeah.
they did that with GTA 5.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about Red Dead Redemption is that it's Grand Theft Auto, but without all the kind of mean-spirited humor. Like, I want to root for the characters in Red Dead Redemption, whereas I generally despise everybody in the Grand Theft Auto games. Not just the main characters, like everybody. But Red Dead Redemption 2, I generally like the world that they've built. Grand Theft Auto just seems so dark and dismal to me. Red Dead Redemption...
Grand Theft Auto's a satire. It's-
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean I like the characters. Like, that doesn't... So what?
Excuse me. Red Dead Redemption has horses, so it's already automatically better.
yeah, the first Red Dead Redemption was great. I love that game. Just riding around on my horse in the American West.
And you know what? That game holds up too.
It does.
Like I just played it very recently and it's still as good as it ever was. Like which is surprising to me because you don't expect realistic looking games like that to hold up in the gameplay department, but it really did. The shooting mechanics were great. I enjoyed missions. I enjoyed the world felt like it was alive, felt like there was a lot to do at all times.
Yeah.
So hoping for more out of Red Dead Redemption 2.
So next up on the list is Rhyme. I have no idea what this is. The PS4, Xbox One, NS, and PC.
I think I'll just wait till the sequel Reason comes out.
I believe it's a puzzle platformer,
Okay.
but I'm not sure.
All right, and then we have
All right.
Scalebound coming to the Xbox One and PC. Someone want to talk about this?
Super hype for Scalebound. I think so. The stuff we saw at E3 where the guys were like fighting these giant monsters with like this crazy rock music playing in the background. I always love Platinum
Oh
games.
yeah, this
I love
is
the style.
the Platinum one. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the crazy style that they put on everything. It's their own little spin, their own little thing to make. So it basically looks like it could be almost like Monster Hunter, but made by Platinum, which gets me very excited.
Monster Hunter plus Bayonetta plus Metal Gear Rising equals amazing game. Essentially, what
Yeah,
this
it
is going
sounds
to be.
fantastic.
Was this the game where the guy that was playing it at E3 didn't really seem to be enjoying himself?
Yeah, he was like really upset looking
Yeah.
for some reason.
It was weird.
You can't be happy in Japan. If you get happy, then they kill you or something. I don't know.
So next up, we have the biggest game that all the Let's Players are excited about, the new Rare game.
Oh, yes.
We swear this is going to be a good one this time, guys. Sea of Thieves, coming out on the Xbox One and PC.
I think it would be hilarious if we actually tried to play it, all of us.
Every time I see this game, I just want to kill myself. Like I don't want to play this game. I do not want to play an online only game where there's no like clear objective from everything I've seen. I'm not
Like
impressed. I just
it's a neat
But what if you're
concept.
I have no
captain.
confidence in Rare.
It's a neat concept, but I don't think they're going to pull it off well. It doesn't look good.
No. I've seen games like this. There was the one with the airships instead of boats, and
Yeah,
it's
Guns
just,
of Icarus.
it's a fun game to just completely screw around with and die. But if you're trying to play it legitimately, it's just gonna be a terrible mess. It's gonna play exactly like how Triforce Heroes would play when you're trying to coordinate with two other people.
It reminds me
You
of that
can't see it,
other-
but I just rolled my eyes like 3 different times when you said
That's why I
Triforce
made-
Heroes. Because you
that's
are
why I made the
so right.
comparison.
You are 100% right.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of that other game where they were playing as eagles and like trying to play fetch or something.
Are you talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
Eagle Flight, the VR game?
VR
What
game.
was it? VR? It was like there was teams of people on teams
Yeah.
and they're eagles and they're trying to capture something and bring it to their tower.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Eagle Flight. That mess. Okay.
Next on the list is Sonic Mania.
Yes, the new classic Sonic game. New classic. It looks phenomenal so far. The new like retro style that they're going for, with the updated animations, like it's not just imitating the Genesis. They've added more frames to the animations. Sonic has a little more personality. He's doing more things. He does more stuff. Sonic does more.
Yeah, because the number one problem with Sonic games is that Sonic isn't talking enough and doing enough.
He do more things. But no, it looks like a beautiful game so far. The art direction's great. The gameplay looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get my hands on it.
But it's not on Switch.
It will be. It will be. I guarantee that.
Will be.
Another bold prediction.
Like, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Josh, for every bold prediction you get wrong, you get like a whip on the back.
Like, it's Sonic. Sonic's all about Nintendo.
I know you like being whipped on the back, but I don't think.
Are we getting a little too saucy for this podcast?
Oh.
Are we gonna get the coin sound?
Yep. That gets us to the next game. Do you want to read it, Spigel?
I do want to read it. It's
I don't.
South Park: The Fractured But Whole, which is the official way you're supposed to say it.
However,
to avoid getting
whole.
So,
like what Nick was saying and what everyone else that likes South Park, I like it. I don't. I just got tired when I was halfway through this podcast. It's probably gonna be a good game. That's all I have to say about it.
if it's anything like the first one,
I was surprised that when they delayed it, they didn't announce like when they plan to bring it out, because they didn't say like, first quarter. We don't even know. We don't know when this game's coming out now.
10 years later.
We got this long list of games that are apparently.
We're almost done. We're almost done. Push on through.
Yeah. We got Stardew Valley for the Nintendo Switch.
I cannot wait to play this game on the go. I'm so excited.
Are you? It wasn't bolded.
I don't know why I didn't bold it. It should have been. Watch me. Watch me bold it.
Watch me whip. Watch me nay.
Oh, there goes. Oh, it's
there
bolded.
You go.
Oh man, do you have anything to say about it?
I just said what I wanted to say. I'm super
All
excited.
right, moving on
go.
then. State of Decay 2
moving
for the
on.
Xbox One and
Yeah.
PC. Then
Is that another
Tacoma
shooter game?
for the Xbox One and PC. Then Tekken 7
I think it
for the
is.
PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Whoa, you're moving really
You forgot
fast.
Tacoma.
I said Tacoma.
Dang.
I talked
Oh,
over
no, he's
him.
moving so fast at the speed of sound.
Well, I mean, none of these are
He's got
bolded,
places
and
to
we're
go.
almost done.
He's got to find his own way
We got
home.
Project Scorpio, which we've already mentioned. No, we haven't. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
What is?
Isn't that the one that's coming out after S or something?
Yeah.
I'm so out on like Project Scorpio. I don't care about it. Like everyone's like, "Oh, more teraflops," and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And stop
All the
pretending that you do.
teraflops.
So it's confirmed that S is not Scorpio, or Scorpio and S.
S and Scorpio are different.
Oh my god.
S is the slim thing, and the Scorpio is like the PlayStation Pro.
Jeez. Yeah, we mostly ripped that one a new one where we were saying like, why would you announce that right after announcing a new half upgrade and then saying, oh, by the way, there's another one, so don't bother buying this one. I don't know. Sorry. I have that rant still in me.
Left over
next
from
one's-
E3.
It's a high quality rant.
The next one's Zero Escape, the Nanarigams. It's bolded. Anyone have anything to say about it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Eagle loves
Okay.
it.
Yeah, like this is like my favorite visual novel series, maybe my favorite
yeah.
series ever because of how consistently great it is. Xiber's played 999, Josh has played 999.
And we both
those
loved
games
it.
will both be they're both going to be remastered. Rather, that game is going to be remastered for PS4 and Vita because it's never been on PS4 or Vita or PC. And then it's going to have Virtue's Last Reward, which is the sequel. That's the regular version of it. But I'm really because 999 is going to have full voice acting. It's going to have it's going to have a streamlined process, so you don't have to do all the puzzles all over again. It's going to have a flowchart, just like Virtue's Last Reward. So it's really, I think it's going to be the definitive version of that game. I could not be more excited to play the Zero Escape series one more time.
All right. Yeah. I've held that game case before, but there was no game in it. So
Oh yeah,
there's a
I
chance to
remember.
play
I remember seeing it in your basement at your
Yeah.
house.
I have it
And
somewhere.
I mentioned like,
don't know
oh,
what
I've
the
heard that
is.
game is good before I played it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know where. I've never owned it. It's just one of my brothers or something. That's the end of our list. So, do we have any like final thoughts about the 2017? Maybe we already did a 2016 recap, but it's gonna be better. It's Probably.
Apparently this
Bring
is
it
the
on. I mean, 2016 was kind of disappointing in a lot of different ways for various different reasons. I mean, you could say that about most years, but I think 2017 is a beacon of hope in a dark, dark reality.
I think this is the year of the Kingdom Hearts and Roman numerals.
Should have died with the Roman era.
Decimals and Roman
That's the
numerals.
hashtag. Hashtag Roman numerals should have died with the Romans. I don't know what else to say, so I guess we can just end the show now.
It's a sign.
Josh, do you want to say goodbye as Jodd?
Sure. Do we want to?
We'll just sync it up in post.
Okay.
Oh yeah, make me sync it up in post. Thanks.
I'm the one to suggest it. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Wait, what are we gonna say?
Bye.
I don't know. That's how I end our episodes.
Oh wait! I have one more thing to say. Next month is a very big month for the ZBN podcast.
Yeah.
We are giving out our first annual Game of the Year awards for 2016, and this is kind of I don't have that sounder, so you're gonna have to send that to me. But this is kind of a big deal because the one thing we decided to do a little bit differently was that since we are not always, because we're scrubs, we're not always up necessarily on the newest and greatest games that came out because we don't have time to play everything. We certainly don't have the money. We decided to nominate games for categories that we played this year. So, for example, although Until Dawn came out in 2015, I played it for the first time in 2016, so I nominated it for an award this year. So if you like it, that's great. If you don't like it, well, go watch Little Kelly videos. That's more up your alley.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun. I think. Do we have anything else that we want to say, or should
That
we
was
just
all I had.
Follow us on all of our Twitter accounts.
Yeah, you can find our Twitter accounts in the description below, probably. I don't know who's going to post this one.
All right.
Oh, if you have any questions that you'd like us to answer in our podcast, post them in the comments.
Start the end playing music stuff.
It's going. It's
Like
going.
20 seconds ago.
Make sure to stay subscribed to the ZBN and also rush the fort.
I swear I was perfectly sober for this whole podcast.
We were supposed to be sober?
Oh no.